Alright, what up y'all, it's Young Rick, and today I'm very excited to present to you my new preset pack, Constellations. And before we actually get into the pack, let's get into a brief history on what constellations are and where the inspiration for this preset pack came from. So back in the day, people noticed that the sun would pretty much revolve around the earth in a circular way. It'd be like a little imaginary band in the way that the sun will revolve around the earth. Why did they notice this? Probably because it affected them. When the sun was on one side of the earth, it became wintertime. When the sun was on the other side of the earth, it's summertime. So they recorded this imaginary band that of the sun revolving around the earth, and they called it the zodiac. Now, when they noticed the zodiac and how the sun revolves around the earth, they looked at this imaginary band. They noticed that in the band there were clusters of other stars grouped together, and these clusters of stars would create images, and they would this is where we get the signs like Cancer, Taurus. These are just inspired by stars, images in the sky that man has interpreted from the stars. So these clusters of stars, Taurus, Pisces, Cancer, Sagittarius, all of these things, these are called constellations. And constellations are very important because they've brought an enlightenment to humanity throughout history. And we won't get deep into it, but we're just giving you a little taste test of what you're going to get in the future with these constellation preset packs. We want to give you enlightenment with these new sounds. We want these sounds to take your production level to a whole new level. All right, let's get into the preset pack. Now, the way we're going to demo this is I already have a melody laid out, simple piano melody and a simple bass line melody. Why? Because this preset pack is nothing but piano and bass sounds. So let's start off running through some piano sounds. We'll start off with our 80s groove key. All right, and I'm gonna just run through them. That way it could be fast and you can kind of see the presets. And also what I want you to notice is a lot of sound designers, they say that their presets are keys, but they don't have polyphony, which means the notes can't be played all at once, so you can't play big giant chords, and sometimes the amp envelope is messed up. I want to preview to you right here that you could play chords with any key sound I design. Listen up. So there you go. All right, let's get more into it. Alright, now what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to start introducing some of our bass sounds, and just to show you how easy it is to make a beat with this preset pack. You could literally just do a bass and a key sound with this preset pack and already have a vibe going. So we're going to be demoing the keys and the bass at the same time. Let's go ahead and introduce our first analog bass. Damn, that's fire. Look, I want you to notice something about my basses. They're always going to be a deep tone, because that's something to me that's always annoyed me about other sound designers' bass sounds, is like these basses don't sound deep enough for me. I like deep tone basses. But let's continue listening to these sounds. All right, let's go. Let's switch over to browsing our keys sounds again. Let's look at let's start browsing some more of these bass sounds. Alright, that looks like our last bass sound, so let's change it back to our triangle 3 bass. And then we're just going to finish off these key sounds. Alright, and that space piano was our last piano sound. So we ran through all of these sounds. Let me just give you a quick rundown. At the moment there's 43, but I'm gonna go ahead and design it all the way up to 50. So this is gonna this preset pack isn't finished yet, but by the time it's released, you're gonna get 50 preset packs, all key sounds, all bass sounds. As you heard, very high quality, very well designed, very creative. These sounds are new. You need a West Coast sound designer. You need someone who understands sound design but also understands the culture, because what's happening nowadays is these plug-in makers are paying sound designers to design these sounds out, and these sound designers aren't making hip-hop music. These are techno sound designers. These are electronic music sound designers. So their sounds are going to be out of pitch and more catered to the techno side. When I was designing these sounds, outside of the inspiration of the Constellations, I was inspired by West Coast sounds. I was listening to Dr. Dre bass lines. I was getting certain tones figuring out. I even studied what synthesizers they use and modeled the envelopes certain ways. So don't be no dummy. This is going to go on sale on my website for $25. You get custom preset sounds, and you heard it yourself. This is Sylenth1. Everybody thinks, hey, I need to go buy a new VST. I need to go buy a new VST. Look, less is more. You need new presets. You need, all of these VSTs are the same thing. There's only, let's see how many wave shapes. There's only like 8 wave shapes that any synthesizer can make. They're all gonna have a sine, a saw, and yes, they have their own little different distortion flavors, but at the end of the day, beautiful sounds can be made. Unlimited amount of sounds can be made out of just one VST if you have the right sound designers on your team. Producers, make the investment. This is the first demo of the Constellations preset pack. Be on the lookout. Y'all be smooth. Like, subscribe. Westside Level. Gone.